Hey guys, thanks for coming back. This is Captain Valen speaking, and I'm here to bring you a kind of late review, thoughts on, discussion ish, one sided monologue about chapters 192 and 193 of My Hero Academia. So, yeah, I got it up on here. I don't know if this is going to get me in trouble. I'll take the strike, I guess, to learn the lesson on where it lies, or if somebody maybe could comment and tell me. Either way, this is how I'm doing this one. We're gonna see how it all plays out. All right. Where are we going? There we go. All right. And this is the popcorn one, as you can see. I'm just clicking right through Jai box because they do really good work. And the second I saw this scar, I was like so happy with it because it was so pretty, and I instantly recognized the pseudo symmetry for him and his son. So that's pretty fun. I never liked that bunny lady, not one bit. And oh, I'm saying it right now. I called it about Hawks, 100%. Like, oh, I knew he wasn't a bad guy, straight up and down. I'm gonna continue with this, and I'm gonna get back to it, but I knew it. I called it 600%. But this has proven that Endeavor isn't just like the burn him to the ash guy. He's a thinker. He's a cerebral person. He just doesn't look it. You know what I mean? And he's kind of like really pushing Hawk right now in the sense that he's like, I don't know exactly how to. You know, you're pretty with that scar, right? Like he doesn't know exactly what to do, and I really, really like that about this like this particular chapter. And now he's explaining himself, and he's a smart guy. Hawk is super smart, and I love it. And I really like what they do with his character, and especially his relationship with Endeavor here, because we don't know his relationship with All Might. But I really like it. And this is it. I was reading this and I was like, please be what I think it is. Please be what I think it is. You know what I mean? And it absolutely was. And this I called just by the way he was helping people in the city before the Nomu attacked. I said that for him, being good was an intrinsic thing, something that was like in his body that he could barely, help. He was just that kind of good. And this panel right here, boobity boobity boobity, proved it to me. What, you were saved by a kid? He's been doing this hero thing since he was a wee littling. Look at that dude. He's like what? 8, 9 tops, 6 to 10. We'll put it 6 to 10. Okay, that's what's up. That's the realness. Like, ever since he was a kid, and now you get the full spread shot, which was always coming. Like, yeah. And I really like the eye shot there because those aren't the eyes of like necessarily like predator looking down on prey. That is a resignation to do what needs to be done, and I really, really liked that about him. And it proved my point. I loved it. It made perfect sense to me the way I saw him behaving, that he would be like this intrinsically good, like hero type person. So it really makes me happy that I called that 600% on this guy. Now we get to some of the most savage scenes you're ever gonna get. I don't care. Right here, 600%. Look at that. That's a pretty serious scar you got there. Look. Oh my goodness. I gotta turn the page because that is burning a hole in my screen. That's a burn if there ever was one. And look at this. Look at just. You gotta stop, Natsu. You're just copying your younger brother. Not cool, bro. Not cool. And then of course things go from savage to real in a heartbeat. And I guess this is the thing that people were bitching about. Like they're trying to vindicate him and trying to make Endeavor okay for what he did. But this chapter proved that what he did is never going to be okay. There's huge scars left on his children, but that doesn't mean that he can't grow to be a better person now. Like, I never understand how people, and like I said, being a victim of whatever myself, I don't understand how you can, people can change. People can be better if they want to be. If they understand what they did is wrong and want to do better. You know what I mean? And he's had that epiphany. He burned through his old self symbolically. He's right now taking crazy, crazy heat from his kids. And Yeah, and you get that this is the chapter where they talk about what do they call him? Not Shoto, Tatsu. Yeah, Tatsu, because yeah, where is it? Oh God, I'm reading off the cuff, barely. And this kid, I love it. Oh, he becomes a meme. Check it. Can't you see? Can't you see? Yeah, that was I actually really liked that because was that the same kid that that Endeavor tried to give the autograph to? Was that the same little kid who was like his biggest fan, and then he's like, "You're not supposed to interact with us," and now he's like, "You don't you see? Don't you see?" The seeing the check it there messes with me because I had "Don't you see" first, but or "Can't you see?" Check it, coon. Oh man. Like the ability that they're giving Endeavor for like the inner monologue and to kind of understand the way he thinks is so necessary right now. Not only because he's taking over the spot of All Might, but because we haven't had that. Like we already know All Might's motivations for justice and everything like that, but we don't know anything about Endeavor other than he wanted to be better than All Might. And wanting to be the most powerful isn't always the most noble. And especially what we find out what he did to his... Ooh, almost cursed on that. What he did to his kids and his family. Like, that's ridiculous. Although, while we're talking about it, I'm going to take a moment. Why is nobody super pissed at Shoto's mom? Like, she poured boiling water on his face. Yeah, she's a broken person. And that sucks. But that still doesn't excuse what she did. It was horrible. That was almost as bad child abuse as anything Endeavor did. All the scars on Shota from Endeavor are on the inside. That scarred his face for life, and all because he reminded her of Endeavor. Like that is some sick stuff right there. I know I cursed through this, and I apologize. Sorry about that. But it's always bugged me how the mom, just because she has a bad moment and breaks, is in no way responsible. Like she thought it through. She's like, I can't take looking at him. She told her mom about it. She was on the phone. She knew she was having problems, but like nobody wants to see her as any way culpable, and I don't like that. I don't like it. But that's me. You can not like it. Have fun with it. Look at that. And I just love the art in this because it really, the stoic nature of the family really comes through. There isn't anything around it to kind of build it up to create a softer atmosphere. It's just the one-on-one panels that really show that kind of adversarial nature that they have. And I really, really like that with this chapter. It's absolutely one of the best depictions of like kind of a broken family interacting and being around and actually being able to be open with how they feel for once. And it was beautiful to me as a person who comes from some of the worst circumstances you can imagine in the United States, not around the world, because let's be honest, America, come on. But yeah, this is crazy. Like right there, that's the image. It's the mother isn't innocent. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, and this was it right here. The ending. Boom. Where he goes into the dream and he sees them, and you see the beginning of what I'll talk about next with the ephemeral, innate connection that he has to the power and the way this kind of manifests that and shows it visually. I really, really like it. And of course you get all the people and you see All Might. And I want to know, I wanted to know about all the people they've shown, because those were obviously already heroes. Those are people who have done some things, might even still be alive. Like, the All Might's teacher didn't seem to have passed away too long ago. Maybe, no, probably a while ago. Timeline, I'm fuzzy on. But yeah, I really love this panel because it showed the stark contrast of what was about to happen with One for All versus All for One. And I absolutely, absolutely loved it. I'm going to keep on trucking here until 193. And like I said, the way they depict the closeness of his power and the relation he has with it, with what's available to him, is absolutely phenomenal. I'm a huge fan. I'll talk about it more during a specific panel. But right now, we're going to talk about this, and that is, people think Baku is one of these people. Sorry, Bakugo. And I don't. I want him to be. I think it would be cool, but at the same time, I think it'd be kind of a cop-out. Like, I think it's somebody we haven't met yet, or maybe we have, and we just didn't know that he gave the power to. Or maybe one of the other people that were shown last chapter gave the power to somebody, because they obviously have that ability too. It's not just one person that can have it. You know what I mean? Obviously, this is something that two people can share the power of simultaneously. So that leaves some room there. But yeah, this is, why not one of these dudes giving it to somebody? You know what I mean? Because she gave it to him. Like, that's a fact. Oh, yeah, okay, making sure you can see. Like, that was his teacher, and now that's All Might. And now there's these three cats as well. Alright, so you can say what you want, but the fact remains, it's very possible that they all could still be handing out, strands of hair or whatever to people. So, another shout out to Jai Mini's box. So that's where I get my stuff from, because they do good work, and they kind of put it out timely. And I love how this starts off. Real big, real hard, and the way he's just kind of a shadow over here. But he's still involved and still, there and feeling everything that goes on. I absolutely love it. And the way they describe his powers, and the Trumpublican way he goes about, explaining himself and justifying that everything he does is okay, is obviously sickening. But, if you think about it hard enough and you get rid of caring about people, of course it's going to make sense. He helps them, they help him, he has an army. That's what it comes down to. But the truth is, it's just another way of controlling people. It's just another manipulation. It's just another whatever. So I wouldn't buy it. But I can see how people would. People follow all the stupidest things that I'll never understand. Not once, not even a little. But that's the world. Where are we at? See, this is the next thing. I think that's stained. We're going to go to the next chapter. Look at that dude's face. All right, now look at the build. All the knives on the back. The way he slammed him down. It's super reminiscent of the way that Stain operated. Now, Lord Explosion, shout out to him for giving me the push to get this video, even though it's the second time I got to do it. I think this is stained. I think there's any number of powers that he could have been given that would extend his longevity to the point where he can do this. Absolutely no problem. No doubt in my mind that is stained. I don't know why. I just believe that it is. You can, the face, the hair, how everything works, the thing. Maybe it's Stain's mom. Could be. I'm not here to judge. But I'm putting my money on that being Stain related, I guess. Stain adjacent, or just the direct Stain itself. That's where my money's at. Because this dude can give anybody any powers he can think of, or that he would find useful for them to have in use of him. And if this is his primary bodyguard, why wouldn't he want him to be around as long as him? His loyalty has been unquestionable and blah, 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 blah. And it would seriously explain the obsession he has with All Might, and why he's that's the real hero. There's a reason. You know what I mean? I think that's all a part of it. And this is the shot right here. This is beautiful work by Horikoshi. The way he kind of puts together Deku and the whole situation as being one simultaneous whirling mass of ephemeral is absolutely brilliant. It's beautiful in its execution, and I really, really love the way it was dealt with and the way it was handled. Especially when that grows and he gets to see a larger scale of the vision, and he can see how bad it had gotten, and then Captain Savaho shows up and starts rescuing everybody, and then demanding help for it, and now everybody is equal, and he'll help who he wants as long as you help him. It's like a loan shark, and it it obviously doesn't end well for anybody. But I love the way they dance around his face. Like, because it looks so familiar in a way. Like, they never fully show it, but there's this familiarity to it that's weird. It's almost like that giant muscle dude during the training thing. I don't know. The one that killed the water horse guys. Yeah. And the whole explanation, and it's just this whole chapter, the exposition is wonderful, and those eyes, like, is he related to like Imsama? Sorry, little throwback. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And then he gets this power, and it's like, this is perfect for you. I'm gonna make you have this. I'm gonna bring you into my world whether you like it or not. And that's really his downfall, because he created the thing that'll eventually destroy him, much like Voldemort. But yeah, the artwork is brilliant, everything is fantastic, and the way, there it is, another like that ephemeral where everything just goes away and he's left literally on his own for a moment, and you get the sense that he understands he's alone, that he can feel everything vanishing away. And then the voice. He was told he couldn't, ever contact it, touch it, listen to, all he could ever do is maybe hear it. But now he can interact with it. This is speaking directly to him, and it's weird. And next up comes the thing I think is most interesting about the chapter. No, it's not fucking Rumblebelly sleeping it off, but it is this. This right here, the pattern of explosion and the burn marks in the wall. I'm saying he gets a range technique. Mid-ranged at best right now, but it eventually turned into something like a thunder javelin or something crazy like that. But the idea behind it is everybody's been internalizing the power, or at least All Might, the person he's watched, has internalized the power to great effect. But what if you externalize that power? What if there was that ability too? And I think this is the first little kickoff into that, the beginning of the end, if you will. And I really cannot wait to see where he takes it, because Deku's the kind of guy who will have something menial and study it and study it and compare it and study it and compare it and study it and really do all the work mentally and then do the work physically. Like, he's a really smart person. And yeah, he may not get everything the first try, the first couple of times, but that doesn't mean he didn't think it through to the best of his capabilities. And one of my favorite things about it is that it really gets to show you that he's going to start making the power his own. He's going to start being his own hero, because up until now, he's just tried to be other people. His abilities come from emulating other heroes. Whether it's All Might or Gran Trino, he's really just trying to emulate what they do in his own way, which is awesome. Like, I really like the way he's done it. But this is the first time, I think, where he's going to get the chance to have his own way of stepping forward and identifying himself and putting his name out there and setting himself apart from people who do close to the same thing. Because right now, everybody can see he's like a little All Might clone, straight up and down. Like, so much so that Bakugo even figured everything out. Granted, Deku gave him the keys, and that's fine, but it still took a little bit of thinking and, one near-dead gesture to really figure it out. So, yeah. I don't know. I really, really like it, and I really hope he takes that next step into being his own hero instead of always being in somebody else's shadow. All right. Well, that's it for me. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified. I really hope everybody enjoyed this, and they all have a really fun time, because I have a great time making these. I just don't have as much time as I'd like. So, yeah. Once I start, also I'm in the process of moving, so things get hectic when you do that. Feel free to drop a line. I'll leave my Twitter in the description below, and I really hope you guys had fun. I don't know what music is playing. My wife is doing stuff about the house while I'm doing this, because she does her thing, I do mine. That's how we both excel. And Yeah. So I don't know what music is playing, so I don't hold me responsible for it, please. I might already be doing something rough. But yeah, okay. Again, like, comment, subscribe. I get a little rambly, sorry. Have a good day, and hopefully you guys come back. This is your captain, signing out.